Here at Winsport, 18 teams vying for a national championship.
It is a fab 4 in a row for Team Canada.
One team eyeing an unprecedented 5th straight title. And it will be an extra special week for one curler in particular.
And it's a win for the record books for Jennifer Jones.
She is a 6-time Scotties winner, 2-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist. However, her 18th Scotties appearance will be her last. One of the most decorated curlers of all time is calling it on a storied career. So let the curling commence here in Calgary. The 24 Scotties Tournament of Hearts, next.
Our home for this edition of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts is the Markin MacPhail Arena, and we are in Winsport area of Calgary. This is not the scene we saw in the bubble, and it is such a joy to all the players and to us at TSN to see people having the opportunity to enjoy the talents of these women. Good afternoon. Vic is still feeling a little bit under the weather, so I am Vic for all intents and purposes. It's a sunny day and it's 5 degrees. Alongside Russ, 2-time Brier, 2-time world champion and an Olympian, and Joanne Courtney is back with the family this year, a Canadian and world champion. Last night we saw the beginning of what we will see all week, some talented performances, and in our feature game, it was Selena Sturmey.
And put it away, make her make a real tough one.
I think I like the draw.
Caitlin, let's play the draw.
Okay.
Well, she was a rookie skip coming in, so too was the rest of her team, except for Desiree Haas. She did not want to play the PL in 10. She wanted to make the shot so good that Caitlin Laws would not have a run back double to force last rock. She overruled the coach and the team and said, "This is my confidence," made it, and that was good enough for the victory. So coming out of Pool A last night, that was the group that we saw, half of the teams with wins, half with losses, and of course, Newfoundland's Stacey Curtis did not have the chance to play. She did get the bye. And so today, we turn our attention to Pool B, and Joe and Russ, we've talked about there really is no easy pool. Let's take a look at the teams that will be going against each other for the top 3 spots.
Well, let's kind of start with this Holman team, this Jones team, like the number 1 and 2 in Canada in the same pool. So that's tough work for everybody else.
Yeah, but the thing is, Russ, is I look at the middle of this pool and all of these teams have a really good ability to play at a very high level. Holman and Jones are going to have to be on to get to the end of this week.
Well, on every draw, we have great matches. Danielle Inglis, who has been knocking at the door for years, takes on last year's elimination game in Clancy Grandy from BC. Carrie Galusha, well, we've seen her before, but she faces the toughest, hottest team in the country right now in Rachel Holman. Kate Cameron, coming out of Manitoba, takes on Melissa Adams from New Brunswick. And our feature game will be Nova Scotia's Heather Smith and Jennifer Jones from Manitoba. Joe, let's talk first about Nova Scotia. Heather Smith we haven't seen for a while. With Joe Brothers, what do you make of this pair?
Yeah, lots of Scotties experience between the two of them, Kathy, but my issue here is Heather Smith. It's been 10 years since she has called a game at the Scotties. We didn't have 5-rock rule back then. So is she ready to come up against a strategic mastermind like Jennifer Jones? I'm really curious to watch.
Well, and Jennifer Jones making one of the big announcements this week that after this season, she will retire from the 4-persons play. Russ, what's the impact on the team?
Oh, it's huge. It's massive. You know, as a good coach, you'd go in there before the event and say, okay, we got to handle the distractions. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Well, nobody knew this was going to happen. So can Jennifer Jones handle it? Probably, because she's Jennifer Jones. But I worry about her at the end of the week with the emotion, interview after interview after interview. But then you turn to the other 3. What happens to them? They're doing interviews they've never done before, in the hallway, in the hotel, on the way to the event. It's just constant. You get very, very tired. And then, more importantly, where are they going? What's their future?
Well, Jennifer Jones looking for her 7th and unprecedented victory at the Scotties. First rock next.
We know that every moment of this competition is important, from the first rock thrown to the last rock thrown, and to just We have an expression on our team, be where your feet are, focus on each shot, focus on each end, and that's what it's going to take.
All the best teams in the country are going to be here, and it makes it really hard, but it also makes it so you have to perform your very best all week from start to finish. Then we know we're going to have to be our best.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Home Hardware, here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
Well, let's meet the teams for this game this afternoon, starting with Nova Scotia, representing the Halifax Curling Club. At lead, Erin Carmody, Marie Christensen at second. Heather Smith will call the game, but she throws third, and Jill Brothers will throw that fourth stone. And not a lot of new faces here. We've seen this team before. Representing Manitoba, Lauren Lenentine at lead, Emily Zacharias at second, Carly Burgess at third, and the skip, Jennifer Jones. This is brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how.
She said intern. Yeah.
Well, the draw to the button is so important when there are no tiebreakers, and that's the distance from the middle, like from the point. And so based on that, it is Team Jones that will have last rock in this first end.
Yeah, looks nice.
Neither draw the button for all four rocks were stellar.
No.
A couple good ones, a couple bad ones, but these draw to the buttons can make a big difference at the end of the week, so they will not be quite happy with that.
Yeah, and that's a hard way to start the competition when already you feel like your next draw to the button has to be perfect. It's something that can definitely build a lot of anxiety amongst the team as the week progresses.
And to give you a sense, the winning draw was 85. And, you're looking at some of the top teams, and we talk always about the world teams, how they have perfected this art. And we're talking about 0.1 away from the pin. So these teams will have to get better at draw to the button.
Yep, whoa, watch the roll part. Go big.
Well, Russ, we talk about the different teams. And so for Nova Scotia, in your view, what is the key for tonight's game?
Always gives me in practice.
Well, they don't play on ice quite like this. I watched their provincials and were just absolutely incredible, but they didn't have the curl that they've got here. Jones plays on this type of surface all the time, and that's the big difference for Jones. I think they'll catch on quicker than Nova Scotia.
Curl. Yeah, right to it. Right to it. Yep.
Well, Jennifer's been here so many times, but there's always still some very important parts. What does it take for her to win?
Yeah, for Jennifer Jones, we always see her, she starts these Scotties and it's go time. They don't spend a lot of time getting comfortable with the ice. They like to put a lot of pressure on their opponents. But Jennifer's also going to have to read her young team here. We mentioned in the opening, a lot is going on, a lot of turmoil with this retirement announcement, and she's going to have to see if her team is ready.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties.
Keep going, Em. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Tighter, tighter, tighter. Go, 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 go. Good. Nice shot.
Interesting with the keys in mind, Joe. First rock goes in the button. You'll see Jennifer Jones with hammer throw corner guard almost all the time. She didn't.
It opted for the delayed corner though, Russ. They made the hit and roll away, so that opens up the 4-foot. Nose hits made by Nova Scotia, great shot. And then we see the corner go up using that 5-rock rule. I really like this call, especially early in an event. So a little bit conservative, making sure they've got room to score, but still leaning on their opponent and saying, you're going to have to perform this first end.
Really, really good call. You're absolutely right. And I'd like to see more of it from a lot of the teams.
Okay.
No danger here for Team Jones. And they've got a corner guard they might be able to use later.
10. Let's go. Yeah, Em.
Saw in the opening draw last night, these hits down the middle of the sheet, early ends, they seem to be moving quite a bit. Now they just called a 10-second hit, so that's time for the rock to go hog to hog. And that's kind of a lighter weight hit. We saw some of these just take off. Less worn down from the pregame practice.
Emily, a former world junior champion, playing for her sister Mackenzie.
Oh my goodness, I should have played the double. Okay, just heavy.
You will see Emily in the house. She does throw second stone, but with the departure of sister Mackenzie, who was in the house last year, Emily does that because of the advantage of Lauren Lenentine. Joe, you and I have talked about it. Lauren's sweeping.
She's just outstanding. She has so much downward pressure on her brush. She's tall, she's got great upper body strength, and she uses all of it. And I played against her towards the end of my career, and I was just so impressed at how far she could drag a rock. I would take the hog to hogs and think no chance that's getting there, but she is really strong on the brush.
Yep. Okay, good. Good. What do you think?
It looks like a good roll, but it really could be a disaster because now a nice angle freeze here, and that guard's going to be problematic for Nova Scotia. Almost 5 feet of curl here expected.
We don't leave room. Lots of line, Lauren.
These ones are tricky early in the event. You don't see it in the pregame practice. And you always wonder how much speed you're going to need, thinking the middle will be slower.
Line. Keep going. Keep going. Hard. Hard. Go, go, go. Nice weight.
Did that move as much as you thought it might, Russ?
No, not at all. And I think the reasoning is it was a guess, but because it was 5 feet to the middle, I think Jennifer guessed at 5 feet to the corner, but they had to throw it so hard. And it just obviously, it doesn't have time to curl. I think that's all that went wrong there.
Yeah, I timed that one. It was 13 seconds hog to hog. So really well read to put it in the ballpark.
So if she was capable of throwing a 15, it would have had time to curl.
Yeah, we haven't thrown a lot here. So
13, wow.
Okay.
Saw it again last night, though, a couple rocks down a path, and it gets to be full keen. So the teams really have to be heads up with where they've thrown.
You got a couple of 15s last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Well, no question that Heather Smith does have experience at this level, but the big discussion was it had been so long, and the game has changed. So how will she call the game? What will she do? We're going to find out.
Good, Heather. Nice throw. I got a 10. 10? Over board. Gonna be solid board here. Yep.
2014.
Let's go.
And again, we talk about Jennifer winning her first in 2005. It's now 2024, and she's not leaving the game because she's not at the peak of her career. She absolutely has that desire. She's just moving on to other things. Heather Smith as well, the longevity and from 2014 to stay fit, to stay interested, and to be able to play at this level. It is truly admirable.
Whoa! No, you're good. Good, good. It's minimum at the end. Yeah.
Did she say 12 when she was sitting in the hot? Yeah. I think you can probably get to it.
I think it
Well,
got
the rules
jam
of play
written all over it,
here at
doesn't
the
it?
Scotties, so many of them similar to last year. The 5-rock rule is in play, 10 ends, 38 minutes, but the big change this year is only one 60-second timeout, not the 2 that most teams played at provincials, and the no-tick rule. If your stone is touching the center line, you cannot move it over, it stays there, or your opponent has the right to either replace it or remove it.
That Nova Scotia hit and roll earlier behind the corner is now hurting them. You can see about half the Manitoba yellow rock, but you can't get it out because of the back red one.
Stay close. I think the new path.
It's amazing how alert, Joe, you've got to be in every shot as a brusher where you want to roll up to the right spot.
Hard. Hard. Go, 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 go. Hard, 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 hard. Get it, go, go. Real nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Real
Nice, Heather.
That came down a lot.
Yeah, it just looked jammy.
I had a 13-5. 10.
10.
Yep. You guys like that ice?
The hard
think
part for
so.
Nova Scotia is the wonderful shot from Heather's. Equal distance from the tee line, but they're so close together. They didn't have any choice. So
Yep.
they should, Manitoba, have a chance to make a double to sit a couple at some point.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Yes, yes. Hard. Hard. You got to roll it. Hard. Roll it. Go, 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 go.
Very nice.
Two really nice precision hits from Carly Burgess to start this game. Those are the toughest ones when you're in a new building. You have to have exactly the right weight. The skip has to read the ice perfectly. And they called and managed both of those exactly how they wanted there.
Go, 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 go.
Nice amount of separation between those yellow stones.
But as you say, Russ, even if you could get enough of the Yellowstone behind the guard to play the double, it's going directly on that roll that looked nice.
Right.
That Nova Scotia made early.
Yeah, yeah, and you can. They didn't fall asleep. That's what happened. But they, you all the way down. You wanted to roll the other way, not buried.
Joe Brothers, we've seen her before. The change in the roll is still throwing last rock, but not calling the game.
Okay.
9. Yeah, it's heavy.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It was heavy. I was trying to.
Yeah.
What kind of weight are you seeing?
Yeah, it didn't look like it to me. Yeah, it's hot. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And the 8-foot over there.
I like
Here?
that. Okay.
There's the double we talked about.
Yeah, great opportunity too. She can make this double and roll
Maybe a little
behind
bit
the
more.
yellow rock that's in the top of the 8-foot.
Yeah, if you roll perfect, you might turn this into a 3.
Try to roll it your way, Lauren.
Yeah, I like that.
9?
Okay.
9. First kind of ran, hey?
Yeah,
Dead on. There might be a double, right?
you're not that explosive like
Yeah, I think
smash.
job number one is the double here, Russ, and then get that roll, keep the pressure on. But
Good throw. I think that would have been
it
perfect.
was a
if
bit
it
of
had
a
been
question
10.
where to put the broom here.
Clean. Girl. Oh, Lauren. Hard, hard. Hard.
Really on
Hard, you gotta go. Hard. Hard. Go, 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 hard. Whoa. Okay. Good.
Not quite.
Good. That's enough, eh? Yeah.
Good enough to sit 2, though.
Mm-hmm.
Got the job done there.
Just enough, yeah.
You see right out of the hand, they called the carve here. So Carly is trying to make this rock curl. She has her broom straight up and down, trying to just create a difference in the temperature in front of that running surface of the rock so that it grabs that fresh curl, the fresh pebble, and curls up. It's hard to carve a rock over on a hit, but she didn't whip that hit either. She just threw a 9-second takeout, leaving her the ability to use her brushers there.
We're just rolling to center line. Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to take on the double. It's there, but you'd have to have a hernia to throw it that hard. It'd be dangerous. Just rolling over a little bit. Maybe can you get half underneath? Maybe.
I think so. Get over into the ballpark over there. Make sure you stick around for shot here. Make your opponent throw. You want to roll out.
9. Whoa, clean.
No.
Curl.
Yeah.
Hard, Marie. Yep, hard, Marie. Hard.
Harder. Over.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, it's not a gimme draw if they decide to draw.
I almost think we just draw this way.
Honestly, we've been playing that. We've played that path almost.
Do you like trying to draw here?
I think so, yep.
We just can't touch that very much.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Let's just go this way.
Okay.
So interesting choice. They talked about coming down the center, which probably looks easier from the hack. So why, Russ, are they playing this wide in turn?
I think it's just this plain guard. It's probably there, but it's going to be in your vision all the way out for Jennifer. You're going to be on that guard at the hog line, so it makes it trickier. They were going to go the other way, and it was also tricky because if they tick that yellow at all to our right-hand side, you're only scoring one. So now they've gone back to the draw. They know this path better, but it's not a big board, Joe.
Oh, and we saw a lot of rocks once they started to curl yesterday. They didn't stop, so have to navigate.
Jennifer Jones, final stone in this first, already lying one, looking for full 8 foot, a bite of the 4 for sure for the second point. Jennifer was one of the 2 players that threw the draw to the button. So this is not her first draw today.
Gotta go, gotta go. Mari, gotta go.
Great brushing by Carly Burgess, Lauren Lenentine. There's your opening 2 for Team Manitoba, Jennifer Jones. Joe, you talked about Lauren Lenentine.
We've got to talk about Carly Burgess too, though. Look at her feet go. You move your feet as much as you can as this rock is slowing down, putting more pressure on your brush. Beautifully done by Team Manitoba.
Welcome back. After that first end, we were talking in the break amongst ourselves, feeling that Nova Scotia didn't really play poorly and miss a whole lot. It was, in fact, a make, if you will, a hit and roll that looked so good that caused lots of problems. Russ?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's an unfortunate roll. The job there was hit and stay. They did. They sat two. It looked like it was going to be a force, but because it ended up behind that corner guard, Jones took full advantage of it, and that led to the two.
A little bit early for line.
No, both teams out of the gate really good. You know, we were talking about in the break, Joanne and I.
Line's good.
There was tremendous curl on the hits down the middle. Last night, everybody would have watched that when you had the night off, and it's not quite as swingy this time.
No bounce, no bounce. Is it bouncing?
Yeah, with these long events, the ice makers are going to tweak a little bit early. They always want to have consistent conditions, but they'll play around for the first couple of draws, first couple of days, try to get it to exactly where they want it, and then they want to just stay the course the rest of the week. So these teams have to be very heads up. Just believe what they see, and you want to watch on TV and get all the intel you can, but still have to see what you're playing with.
What a wonderful come around here. The previous Manitoba shot and then a little bounce off here that is in a really bad spot again for Nova Scotia.
Little tight. Line's good.
Sometimes
Line's good.
you could just be that fraction heavy and just look horrible when the dust settles.
You gotta go. Hard. You gotta go. Hard. Hard, Car. You gotta get it by. Hard, Car. Go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, not bad.
We talked about this pool, how tough it is. Danielle Inglis opening with a single against BC's Clancy Grandy. It was Carrie Galusha forced to take one, facing two against Rachel Homan in the second end, and it was running them up and down in New Brunswick and Manitoba Cameron game.
Damn it, that's okay. Just over the top. 9. 1 quarter. I can't hear how much. A quarter? A quarter. Like how much of the rock? Okay, thank you.
Well, this is something that if you flash back to the bubble, you could have a full conversation in detail down the ice and you could hear, but that is not the case. Lots of people and lots of, not only beside you, but in the stands. And so this is where teams don't want to make mistakes on communication. You need to be very clear, and messages or hand signals need to be used.
Really nice.
Oh, nice shot.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you guys were saying.
Marie Christensen, of course, we saw her representing PEI for many years, and she and Erin Carmody both did, and now moving across to Nova Scotia to represent that province.
Good nice throw, Marie. Yeah.
Well thrown, very nice outcome.
I knew it would come up. It was really close.
And playing Carly Burgess.
Also from Nova
Blue
Scotia.
Noser.
Yep, absolutely.
Clean. Whoa. It's close. Yes. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Curl. No.
We talked about Carly Burgess coming from Nova Scotia, probably one of the most famous Nova Scotians because of her success, but no one bigger than that woman right there, Colleen Jones. So many appearances, but 6 times a winner. Also played a lot of mixed, and we saw her last year at the Brier with her son Luke, but what she will bring to this team, Joe, I can't even imagine the depth.
Yeah, and I think she's just so excited to take on this role. I actually got an email from her in August this year saying, hey, Joe, what did you do for sweep training, and how did you get better at this and that? And she wanted to pick my brain, and I thought, you're thinking about curling in August. And she was dialed in and just ready to give this team as much as she can and as much support as possible.
Well, in our sport, if you have the last name Jones, you are great by definition. Don't know which one is greater. There is certainly lots of views. Colleen's career much earlier than Jennifer's. 21 appearances to 18. Phenomenal win record. It's not just about coming to the show, it's winning. The percentage of wins for Jennifer is higher. More teams, certainly when she's been playing, but 6 wins, just so incredible.
Go, Lauren. Go, Lauren. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good, nice.
Do you want to run, or do you think we can get it? Top 2. It is moving hard here.
There they are, the 2 greatest. Jennifer has an opportunity to do something this year that Colleen was not able to do. That's win her 7th But we know that if she does not, we will not see Jennifer back at a Scotties. And so then the question becomes, who can reach up and score 6 or 7 wins at an event that, in my opinion, and Joe, just what you said yesterday, is getting increasingly more difficult to win with each year.
Yeah, I think Curling Canada is always working towards making sure that this is the best field it can possibly be, and it's so high, the level of competition now with these, you know, pre-qualifying and still having the entire country geographically represented. It's just I think they've struck a good balance now.
Well, the top teams on the tour this year are here. Top teams from all the province. Like it really, you're right. It gets harder every season.
Another great roll made by Carly Burgess to the back forefoot here. So love to make some noise.
Okay.
Oh,
That's fine, just down a bit.
so close.
Wait, Jill. 9.
Do you like that?
Yeah,
Regard.
so. That was my first thought.
Okay.
You
I'm
guys
in.
okay with this? Yeah. Sure.
Makes some sense here, I think, Joanne. You hit the top one, was certainly not wrong either. You might even be able to hang around, sit 3. You're looking like a force, but it could be a force to 2, because that opens up that back rock. You still got a guard that Nova Scotia can use. This is the better play. Keep the pressure on them.
Yeah, some people would look at the scoreboard and say we're up 2. If we miss this guard, they might leave them something and they could get their 2 back. But that's not in Jennifer Jones's DNA, and you can see it in her young team as well now. They're not afraid of playing more of the finesse, the touch weight shots. I think they've gained a lot from their experience playing with Jennifer.
Whoa. Good.
Good throw. Nice. I think we play the double peel.
Yeah, and if it hangs, you can always run it across the face.
Yeah.
Or,
It should curl here. I don't think
or
it's
run
ever
it
gonna
into your
hang
own
too
red.
much.
Yeah, you can run into the red if it happens.
So that one was just a 9. So just
Yeah,
like
I
pick
needed
it up
to
a
show
bit.
it
Yep, that's okay.
It's all right.
You're trying the double peel out here, I think, but if it ever curls up, you could go red-red.
Well, Joanna Rizzo throws final stone for the Galusha team from Northwest Territories. On her final stone, she was playing a hit and roll, but rolled just a little bit too far. But she still is the shot stone at the back. It is full 12, and because she has a stone at the front and it's buried, this is a force. Needs 8 foot to score.
Rachel's right down the draw to the button path, and they should have a really good grasp on the speed here.
Got light. Yeah.
Sweepers pick this one up right away.
Mine's great. Hasn't curled yet. Stay on it. Hard guys. Okay, but it's pretty light. You got it. Good speed.
Great brushing by Emma Miskew and
yellow.
Sarah Wilkes, and there is your single point.
Yellow.
This game is tied.
Good speed.
They knew right at release where that thing was going.
Probably roll low.
Okay.
That's a great front end dynamic over there. A couple of back end players all through their careers and made the switch last year.
Imagine if you will, Rusty.
Yeah, like Skips, right? Like Skips can sweep. Some of them.
But what an adjustment, seriously, to see the rock from a different angle, to have to really, like, it's not that the thirds aren't fit, but when you move to front end, you are sweeping that many more stones, and so your fitness level has to be increased so much.
50% more rocks an end.
Hard!
Good. Good. Yeah. I thought we were hitting nose, but I didn't know. Good.
Probably did, yeah.
Thought your wave was good. Came off a touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could play that run double, but it's kind of risky.
Like if we get freeze, and then she
Yeah, the
freezes.
best
I
result
think
would be
so.
the run double, but it
you
could
like?
also be the worst result.
Yeah, if you happen to not connect, you're all of a sudden going to be looking at
could,
3
yeah,
or
I
4
think
on your
you play the-
last.
Or you play the run double. Whatever you're feeling. It's just a nose hit, really. Like,
Yeah.
Sit 2 to there. 2, even if you just get one of them, right? You're sitting
Yeah.
2 to there.
Even if we just nose this
one.
straight
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
Coached against
Yeah,
Jill quite
I like
a bit
that.
with my daughter Ashley, and
You like that?
she
Same way
loves
I
to
did
hit. She
9-2?
loves to throw it hard, and she's good at it. And I would suggest that draws the weaker of her 2 shots. So this makes some sense.
Yeah, you see the conversation, though it's still, they're in that feeling out point of their journey as a team. They're a new team this year, so Heather's trying to support her skipper and frame the shot that she wants to play.
I think that looks like
I thought
good
one of the
ice.
comments that Jill made was really interesting. It's not about playing the run double. She said, actually, all I need is a nose hit. And I think so often, you know, we see that, oh, they got to make the double angle, triple quad. Well, no, you just have to hit the front guard right here.
It's so true.
And that would be a heck of a shot.
Yeah.
But it's true. She needs a nose hit. And what happens after that happens.
I think you just curl it. Curl it. Curl it. Curl it. Curl it.
Gotta go. Hard,
8-5.
hard.
Go,
Watch
go,
the
go, go. All you
shooters.
got.
Stay with the shooters. Stay with the shooters. Good.
That's
Okay,
great,
throw.
good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Good shot, Jill.
Good, Jill.
They
That's
just
good.
had to connect on one of those.
Yeah.
Might have a double opportunity depending on where Jen rolls to.
Yeah, where does Jen go?
So that's the third stone that we've heard that Jill Brothers has
a little wary of
overthrown.
that center
Whose
line
responsibility
grabbing
is that to tell her?
Over. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ken?
I, as the sweeper, would normally just kind of give that little feedback on the way by, just because you're judging it, you see it right out of the hand. Usually the person in the house is going to time it from hog to hog, so they can give the number as well. Just got to make sure you're sharing the information, and every team is going to have a different way to have that function.
Let's go, Jen.
Biggest thing is share the information. She has to know that that's why they're running a little straight on her.
Tough not to leave a double here.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Harley. Clean. Clean. Yep. Hard. Hard. You gotta go. Hard. You gotta go. Hard. You gotta go. Hard, hard,
Watch
hard,
the
hard.
roll. Sit.
Sit.
Needs to sit.
Came down. Sorry, Em.
Okay, I think
I
we're
didn't
second,
realize
so.
it was rolling. Play the same
Yep.
then?
Do you want to throw a little less weight?
Curl's
Really
late, so
late.
we just gotta be patient. That's
Okay.
all. Sorry, guys.
There's the comment from Heather. Do you want to throw a little less weight? Like nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Just curl.
You got it, Jill. Let's go.
That was a good throw on your last one, Jill. Just
Thanks.
right up. Yep.
With that roll by Jennifer Jones, an opportunity to get the two back that Nova Scotia gave up in the first end. Looking for a nose hit.
9-5.
Whoa.
9-5.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Harboring.
Well, there's no better sound as a sweeper to hear the word clean, and that's exactly what they did. 2 on the board for Nova Scotia. We are tied. The 1991 Canadian U21 Curling Championships took place in Leduc, Alberta. Representing New Brunswick, Heather Smith facing a Manitoba squad skipped by Jill Staub, now Thurston, and also included Jennifer Jones. Thurston had her chances to win but had problems with draw weight, meaning this final would go an extra end. And in that final end, with Heather Smith looking on, Thurston's last rock was heavy. 5-4 was the final, and Heather Smith would secure the first women's junior title for the province of New Brunswick. And while she's had a lot of wins in her career, she's had heartbreak. That is the younger Jennifer Jones. And this is a team that has a lot of accolades together. Look at the Scotties. We talked about Heather Smith's world or Canadian win in juniors. Jill Brothers, they've all done things individually, and now they come together. And that is not just about great talent, but now they have to find the magic that makes them a team that can win.
They knocked off Christina Black, who had magic at last year's Scotties.
And what a wonderful final that was, Russ. Just great shot making back and forth. You really thought Christina was going to win, and then Heather. And so that province is gaining strength in terms of depth.
As soon as you start to see a couple of good teams that have to fight it out every single year, everyone just gets better. We're seeing that in Alberta right now, too. There's lots of young, up-and-coming teams.
Which is great for the sport.
To get there, Heather.
I think it'll be close to 4-5.
Top four.
I would say 4-2, somewhere in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Okay.
Jennifer taking roughly 5 feet of ice here for this come around the rocks a little off center. And shout out to Mike Merklinger and crew. just superb. It did not slow down last night. If it did, it was virtually unnoticeable. The brushing could make the difference. The curl was there for the whole evening, even down the middle. I think it curled more than ever.
Still room. Top four. Get off, off, off.
See this, they take a little bit of time to curl, and if they're heavy at all, they really hang.
Go, Lauren. Yep, go, Lauren.
Curl it, Lauren.
Yep.
Well, you mentioned Mike Merklinger and the ice crew. They do so much work before the event, but it's never the same as when the players get out here, because now you've got crowds. Now you've got a lot of air circulation. And as you said, Joe, they will be tweaking in the next couple of days. We talked about his dad, Dave Merklinger. So he grew up really learning how to make ice. And I think that it is that love and passion for it that it makes it more than a job.
Any ice maker I've ever talked to says the ice, it's a living, breathing thing. This is not a simple task to set up arena ice for a championship. So I just have so much respect for these guys.
Might get a little nibbler out of that.
Bit of touch.
We freeze the
No,
side.
you're so right. It's an art now. It's from way back when I started. It's just incredible how much better the ice is.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a struggle in our sport, because I talked to Hans Vutrick at the Manitoba Scotties, and they are struggling to find ice makers. There are very few left. The hours are incredibly long, and not everybody wants to do it. And that's a concern. We talk about next generation of curlers. We need next generation of ice makers as well.
I thought it was light. Room. Got a curl, but sweep for even.
Yeah, you.
Got a curl.
If you don't train on the right surface, you're
gotta be dead
yourself
even
a
on this
disservice. How many champions have come out of that Saville Center?
There it goes.
You
Yeah,
know,
get it in
and,
there,
and
yep.
the ice is brilliant.
Hard,
And
hard.
you know, I used to
Hard,
talk
Carly,
about that when I
go.
was down east. They
Keep
don't have
going.
those type of facilities, and it's you're kind of as an athlete starting behind the 8 ball.
I like
Double should be there.
Yeah, I think so. Or even the roll over.
Okay.
Even, yeah.
The angle's a little bit better this way, I thought.
Yeah. Even if we roll here, right?
Well, it's still tied up in the
exactly.
Ontario-BC matchup on sheet A. It is also tied up. Not a lot of activity until now. We're starting to see more rocks in play. And it is Kate Cameron that was forced to the single, still having the edge over Melissa Adams from New Brunswick.
There's a double there, but it's...
Yep, I like this. This is good.
Yeah.
The other sheets, you saw those low scores, just a little bit more tentative. Jennifer doesn't care that she doesn't know the ice. She's just going right after her opponent when she comes to an event. But a little bit of tentative play, but all of those other games are in the third end, and a lot more rocks in play as people find comfort.
Whoa. Off.
What?
Looking for the double or the roll, if anything.
Okay, that's good.
I thought they might take the other turn there to get a little more action with that
Jones is
gear
pretty
effect.
good.
It
Keep rolling
was
a bit.
such a thick
9.5.
double. With the out turn, it wasn't going to roll very far.
And these out turns, when you throw them really hard, it's hard to help that over with sweeping. You just don't have enough time to get the ice heated up.
Forced error there because now the double's available and the yellows will be even farther apart.
Whoa, yes! Yep! Right to it, no goal.
Right on the nose. Good. Nice.
Sweet. Want that? Yeah,
9-7.
Yeah. Or you can do that.
I don't think they were actually playing the double. I thought they would. Because now a roll in behind, you're going to play a raise.
They have to run theirs in. It's not going to be
Exactly.
second shot. 9.5?
Yeah.
10-5 or did you
Yeah, they have a bit of a window to roll to here, Russ.
Yeah.
Anything kind of half buried behind the yellow at the top of the 12, even half poking out on the outside of the other red, makes it a little tricky for Jennifer Jones and company.
And even if the run back's made by Jones, the shooter won't be in the rings.
9-5. You clean. They're in. You clean. Hard air. Curl. Hard air. Hard, Aaron. Hard, guys. Hard. Hard for nose. Gotta go. Okay. So do 10. It just didn't come up. 10. Similar, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, our first look at Melissa Adams and New Brunswick, and while it looks like a sea of yellow, and it is, Kate Cameron made a double on her final shot to lie that four. Otherwise, New Brunswick was in pretty good shape. Kate Cameron used to skip some years ago and has gone back, and that is her position. She is very comfortable throwing last rock, especially if it's a hit. And so facing four, looking for from 4 foot.
I still like the 9.5. Okay. Do you?
It's out in the good stuff here.
Never. No.
Molly Ward, Kendra Lister just looking on. The fact they're chasing the rock and stopping is never good. And that will slide too far. A steal of 4 and now a 5-point edge for Kate Cameron and Team Manitoba's.
Melissa, former world junior champion, is not afraid of this type of moment, but the crowd went bananas when Kate made that shot, and I think it kind of rattled them a little bit.
Sure.
A lot of under curls for Nova Scotia.
Yeah, they've stuck with the harder hit weights, and I think early game, first couple of ends, when you see it a bit sharper and rocks really going, I like leaning towards those heavier weights. But now that the ice is worn in, especially for precision hit and rolls, if you bring the weight down, you can use your sweepers a bit more to either make it curl or hold it straight.
Yeah, Jen. Good. Let's go, Jen. You got it.
There.
Yeah, they were hoping to roll away there. Just curled the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not going to go for it.
I guess that's easier. It's better to roll here.
Yeah, it's better to roll there.
Yeah. Do you like the out now?
No,
or you like
I don't.
The in? Okay.
Still like 9.5 or less? Yeah, I think
Well, Carrie Galusha has been a giant killer over the years and has never been afraid of anybody, and this is no different. When Rachel Homan sat in the hack for her first one, she faced 3, made a cross-house triple, but Joanne Rizzo very quietly walked away and buried her stone behind a corner guard. Rachel was short in trying to freeze to it, so this is a draw for 2. She needs a little bit better than a bite of the 8.
She was a human highlight reel at last year's Scotty, Joanne Rizzo. It's like they haven't missed a beat early in this competition.
Well, last year and in 2021, Carrie beat Rachel Homan. So again, no fear. There's a 2 on the board.
Atta girl.
Yikes.
14. Did I do as I was told? Yeah.
Or was it the same?
We just finished saying they weren't getting enough curl and just rolled that one on release, I'm guessing. Yikes,
Very
yikes.
uncharacteristic miss there, and that's what you say, Russ. And
Can we come,
you
Darth?
have a bunch that are not curling,
Yeah.
curling. You soften the release, and
Help
if you
it.
go just a little bit too far, it just takes off.
Wow. I'm with you.
Frustration on Jill's face, but an opportunity for Jennifer in this third end, looking for some
Light, if
paint,
anything. Line's pretty good.
but a quarter of a rock in
Line's
for
good.
3 points.
Line's good. Can't hurt it.
Line's good.
Can't hurt it.
Line's good.
Burgess and Lenentine making sure.
Keep it going.
Their goal always is to take it as far as they can for Jennifer to know the weight. And there's a 3 spot on the board. It's early, but it's a tough road back for Nova Scotia.
Sorry, a little light. Yeah, it's okay.
I remember my first Scotties, because it's actually one of my highlights, and thinking that life could not get any better. It was a game where we trailed. We didn't play our very best, but we had this chance to win. We were down 2, and I had this in-off for 3. My heart, I felt it was gonna come out my chest. I remember very vividly letting it go and thinking, holy smokes, it's close.
Trying to come in off a stone on the outside. Trying to get the roll.
It gets to the second hog line, and at that point I realized we're gonna hit it exactly where we thought we needed to, and it was just a question if I had enough weight.
There's the contact. There's the roll. She's made it.
Team went crazy, and I felt like it was just this total out-of-body experience, and it was just this magical moment that kind of kick-started everything. To forever be remembered in the game for that moment is something that's very special to me.
Well, is she the GOAT? I think that a lot of people say that she is, because don't forget the Olympics. That was stunning, a 9-0 victory. No one else is going to beat that. They can match it. But the Worlds, the Scotties, she's made it all. And I had the fortune to be a part of that team. And I remember just having so much confidence in Jennifer. And she said after that, you know, she looked at it as I can do this. Like, this is not a person that doubts herself in the hack. It was, you've waited your whole life for an opportunity to make a big shot like this. And that to me is the earmark of a really great skip. They relish those kinds of pressure situations. It's not, what did my team leave? It's that I have a chance to win this. I could watch that over and over
again. I bet you could. Yeah.
Let's run that again.
Well, even that incredible brushing from you was
thank you.
A real highlight. But question, I get the feeling that Jennifer is not afraid to lose.
She's not, and she's perfectly open about it. She's not afraid to take risks. She's not afraid to lose. And when you're not afraid to lose, winning comes more easily because you're not tight. When we've seen some great finals in Scotties and Briar, you can tell who's tight and who's not. And if you can just channel that relaxation that she embodies, that's why she's got many of the results that she has.
Back line. Just
And kind of to that point, Kathy, you know, you see this end setting up here for Nova Scotia. Jennifer Jones, not surprisingly, went top 12 with her first. She wanted that rock in the rings. They're up 3, and Nova Scotia decided to hit it.
Yeah.
And they're down 3. I mean, that's not a dangerous rock. You're not going to get back in this game without putting up your guards. And sure, you can put up that delayed corner with the 5-rock rule, but this isn't the time to be playing open hits anymore. And sure, maybe you're not quite comfortable and ready to go, but that's kind of playing not to lose or to try to get it closer, whereas Jennifer, her mindset was always, well, if we're going to lose and we lose by a bunch, who cares?
Yeah, the rock was Jones rock was top 12, was actually a guard in this situation. The scoreboard has to tell you what to do here.
Line's good.
Still trouble here for Nova Scotia. 2 choices here, wrap another one around, or you could angle freeze to the red Nova Scotia rock. The only thing you don't want to do is leave this wide enough that it sets up a yellow double.
Curl, hard! Hard! Keep going!
Sorry, I thought Emily, she needed to be tight on that guard.
We gotta try and move this.
Or peel.
I think peel. Or we can peel.
I like peel.
Okay. I think we got to get rid of this first.
Yeah, nice come around. I mean, that's half buried around a rock in the 8-foot, so we'll try to open it up here. But
and not wrong at all, but why not peel and roll for a corner? You know, they're going to need some rocks in play here at some point.
Clean. Clean it.
Clean. Big. It's big. Nice throw, Marie. Nice throw.
You might see a lot of teams with the score the way it is walk up and peel the final corner guard now, and then all the plays in the rings.
9.5. Okay.
You roll out, that's fine.
I think for Jen and company, that guard is a little bit high, and with how much movement we're seeing, they're maybe a little less concerned, because if Nova Scotia makes that come around, might be able to chase it with some lighter weight.
Yeah, this works too, sit 3.
Hard! 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 You gotta go! Hard! Hard out, Jen! All the way, all the way, all the way! Okay.
Wow.
Corner, like make a double.
Almost.
You like that? Like this double?
Yeah.
If it happens to curl, you have an option
Yeah,
there.
sweepers did really well to hold this. It was the lighter weight, trying to make a nice hit and roll away. Just started curling early, and they both worked hard. You'll see some teams will only ever use one sweeper when they're sweeping for direction. That second sweeper doesn't do quite as much. They say it's about 15% of heating up the ice, but personally, I think with women, the 2 sweepers is worth it. I mean, any extra heat you can get on the ice is going to make a difference.
9.
Yep.
Close.
9-2. 9-2, 9-5.
Hard, Aaron. Whoa, 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 whoa. Close, yep. Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Well, he may not have won a Scotties, but the Nova Scotia, or rather the Team Manitoba, have brought some arsenal on their bench as well, and no one knows him better than you, Rusty.
Yeah, he hasn't won a Scotties.
No, and he never will. But what does he bring to this team, do you think?
Well, yeah. Jennifer's obviously one of the best strategists ever, but Glenn is unbelievable at matching rocks, reading the ice, teaching this young team how to miss the right way. Once in a while, Jennifer will bend his ear for strategy too, I'm sure, but it's all those little things that he's learned for way too many years.
He was in Winnipeg one weekend, and they were out for dinner, and I got a text from Carly, so I joined them. And he is so passionate about the game. He seems to love just being a part of it and coaching. Would you agree?
100%. Everybody keeps saying, when are you going to retire? When are you going to retire? And he keeps saying, when I don't enjoy it. Well, he enjoys it. He's still good at it. The old knee's not cooperating this year, but it's a wonderful sport because there's so many little things. We talked to him about rolling this way, rolling that way. He's just seen it all.
Well, and for Glenn Howard, of course, Scott Howard skipped the team. They played with 3 in Ontario because Glenn was first ill and then he was hurt. But you talk about tough pools A and B here. Well, the same can absolutely be said as we look forward to the Brier. March 1st, we will begin. Brad Gushue defending his title, or will attempt to. And Glenn Howard, do you think he'll play?
I don't think so. That's the rumor.
Good, Heather. Nice throw. Nice shot, Heather.
Glenn had a meniscus tear and they had it surgically repaired in the summer.
And sorry to interrupt for a second. Kevin Kua, here's someone who will be playing. Did lose the final of the Alberta Championship last weekend, but because of their points that they accrued during the year, will get in as one of those pre-qualified teams.
And a talented bunch of coaches in this event.
There are, and I think that we see that often at Worlds, and we've talked about that when you go to a bench, you are often, in this case, looking at someone like Colleen Jones and Glenn Howard on this sheet who have been there, done that. They know the emotions, they know the pressure, and so they're not telling you to visualize something that just isn't true.
Whoa. Clean. Little big. Clean. Yep.
Nice double made by Heather Smith on her last, but Jennifer Jones just looking to stick around in the house here.
Well, for Melissa Adams, a chance to get her 2 back. There is a guard that you can't see, so this is not as easy as it looks. It is almost fully buried, and so has to play quiet wait to get enough of her own stone to move the yellow stone that is currently shot, belonging to Kate Cameron, back far enough for the 2.
He's curled early.
Bye-bye.
And she is all over the guard, so another steal. That will make it a 6-point edge for Kate Cameron.
Sorry, guys. Got away with it. Shit, I was trying to play that in open, so that made sure. 90? Yeah, I like 90. Okay.
Jill's going to look to manufacture a skips 2 here. We're going to try to use the Manitoba rock that's in the back of the forefoot. Weld a good freeze on there and hope that it's for a bit of a miss from Jennifer. Haven't seen many draws from Jill yet, though.
This is her first, and you talked about her strength being the hit, so this is forced to make a good one right now on her first.
I'm straight.
Hey, whoa,
It's looking really good.
We're bouncing. Whoa, we're bouncing.
Nice one.
Beauty.
Great shot.
Very nice.
Beauty. Great shot.
That feels great. You get a really uncharacteristic miss in the previous end, and to weld that on there. Even if Jennifer Jones makes this shot, she may have a chance at a blank if Jen rolls out.
You want to try
trying to kill this red.
I thought
Any lighter, you probably can't get this out of there, but there's enough separation, half a rock or less, they're probably pretty safe here.
I think I heard Jennifer say in the hack that she's just looking to nose it, though.
Oh, is that
Yes,
right? Played the nose. Yeah, that makes sense,
That's really
too.
precise, though.
Yeah, I think that's harder. Don't you think that you could peel it out of there pretty easy? Jen doesn't throw it quite as hard as a Rachel Holman or Carrie Anderson. looks like they're trying to peel it.
Woo, woo, yep. Woo, woo, woo. Yep, yep, yes. Hard.
Oh boy.
And
Good throw.
Little thinner.
I think
You worry when you're throwing an out turn near the center line with peel weight if it's going to float off the center line with that kind of weight. I timed that as a 6-7. She whipped that hard.
Boy, that's a lot of weight.
That's when Jen's throwing the high hard ones. Well, you watch out. She's always really close with her draw game.
You talked about distractions, but for Jennifer, one of the things that, first of all, in terms of weight, that was one of the things that she worked on when I played with her, is she wanted to be able to throw that really big weight, and that's what she needed to win in 2005. But one of the things she said coming in is that she just wanted to enjoy every moment, and when you make shots like that, it's pretty hard not to enjoy it. There's Brent, her husband, and Isabella, her daughter, and Skyla, coming to watch Mom's last rodeo. Welcome back to Winsport Event Center, where we are all week for this edition of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. It has been a bit of a seesaw battle. For Nova Scotia, we're seeing just that little bit of, not unreadiness, but it is a new team, and you are forced to really rise to an occasion at the Scotties. It is early in the week. We've talked about Heather being absent from this field for about 10 years, where Jennifer Jones, this is home for her. And I think that that may be what we're seeing.
Curl, she said curl. Curl. Hard curl, hard,
Yeah,
hard,
it's
hard,
just,
hard,
it's interesting.
hard.
You see the scoreboard with Nova Scotia. It gave up a 3 out of nowhere. Not playing bad by any means, just an unfortunate miss from their skip. They're in a hole now, and they're going to have to work to dig their way out of it. And Manitoba puts up a center line guard to start the set, and instead of putting up a corner and trying to get something generated, they are choosing to keep things more simple. And you understand wanting to get your feet under you, wanting to get comfortable, but they're going to have to go at some point here.
Yeah, you're playing one of the best teams in the world. You have to force the issue. You have to put some pressure on them, make the degree of difficulty go up. And they, after that 3, I've yet to see a tough shot for Manitoba to make. Wow, look at this Peel. I don't know. You know, there's no rocks to play. It doesn't look like you're going to get 2, but just go around and do something. Your Jones is extremely happy with this call.
Well, and the hits have been a bit of a challenge for Marie Christensen today at 63%. She is a very, very good player. That is not representative.
Right over, go, 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 go. Okay. That's good. That's fine. That's good.
And they were doing go, go, go. A corner guard at this point, you remove the center. At least you want to stay for a corner. Jennifer may peel it anyways, but very defensive.
I don't get it. I just do not get this. You can tell what Jennifer's up to. She's going to hit it. And they were hitting it for you.
Yeah, when both teams are playing for the blank.
Somebody's doing it wrong.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Clean.
I'd expect they'll take the 5th end break, talk to their coach, Colleen Jones. They'll have a hammer in the even ends if they get the blank here. And if you get your 2, this game is within reach. You can't give up a steal, and one won't be enough to start that 6th end.
You know, Russ, I was just thinking, you know, we talked about the great Colleen Jones being on the bench for this Nova Scotia team. In my history against Colleen, she was probably one of the most defensive players to play the game. Do you think that that will influence this team, and will it even change up the discussion at the 5th end break to be more aggressive?
Yeah, great question. I wonder. We do a lot of clinics, Marianne Arsenault, Grant, and we use the example of Colleen was hitting a rock at the back 8. She could have drawn the 8-foot to win the Scott Tournament of Hearts. She hit one at the back 8 with a 9-second takeout. But guess what? That was her shot. She made it look easy. But it's 5 rock rule now. And you're playing Jennifer Jones and you're down 3, and there's a lot of curl. You have to put some pressure on them.
Well, it'll be interesting what she does, Cher. It's just you tend to, your brother on the other hand would be like, yeah, 14 rocks in play, let's go.
No question.
Because that's his approach, and your coach brings their philosophies with them, and that's also why you bring them on your team, because you're on the same page.
You don't get any more points if you lose by 1 or 2.
You don't get any points if you lose.
You actually get 0. Well done.
9-5, 9-2 seems like what we're throwing. Yeah.
It's so funny when this happens in a game. You know, you're playing at the top level in your country. For Team Manitoba, they're up 3, they're in control, and all of a sudden you have a bit of a snoozer end.
Yeah.
And for both teams, it's this like break in thinking and strategy and everything. So sometimes you can see a team's momentum fades a bit, or they just get lulled a bit to sleep. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the 6th end.
Yeah, very good point, because they got a 3 out of nowhere. And then Nova Scotia's allowing this game to continue with no stress. All of a sudden, there'll be rocks in play in the 6th. It'll be interesting.
Straight. That's okay. It's okay. Clean, 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 clean. I was going to try to roll it out. I think we're going to be on the nose. Okay. I was going to try to, Oh, sorry. I didn't think we were going to get
Well, Danielle Inglis is being won to death over on sheet A. She's so close to making a shot, but just has been grazing off to give up steals. And there's that Kerry Galusha team, always putting a lot of pressure. Rachel Holman is at 93%, but she is not getting help through the middle of the order. And we talked about that. Kate Cameron and her great hitting ability, and the struggles for New Brunswick continue.
Whoa, roll out, Marie. Just roll away. Roll away. Okay, that was 10-2. Yeah, it came down a lot. Yeah, it was just lighter. You want it? Said lighter. No, just drop.
Can't we draw edge of the forefoot? Do you like that?
Yeah. Less ice.
Jade, everyone's
Italy.
voices right now.
Is that
I'll
down a
get
bit?
her, like, whoever's out is pointing. It's 10-2.
Okay. A little heavier across the middle?
Yes.
Yeah.
So by playing the strategy and look at the numbers for Jennifer Jones, do you not just let her get her numbers even higher because the degree of difficulty is just not there?
Line's okay, it's still running a bit.
Yeah, and I like this call, Kathy, by Jennifer. So she's got an open house to work with. She could just put it on the button, make sure that she's got her draw weight dialed in, but look where she wants to put this, right in the spot where Jill Brothers flashed in the third end. Like that's veteran skipping right there, because you know in your opponent, if it's you, you're like, oh, gotta go back and play that same spot.
Yeah. 9.5. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well, not bad numbers for Jill. That 75 hits, keeping in mind that she would have been penalized when she went through the gap in between the two.
Yeah, it's 9. Okay. Marie, clean. Okay, good. 8-8. Good shot.
Nice throw,
8-8,
Joe.
Joe. Nice throw.
That's good.
Oh, nice throw. 8-8.
8-8.
Is that still up?
Got an 8-8.
Wow, it curled a lot.
I know.
To come
I
up to
agree.
nose with an 8-8.
I know. I agree.
Well, and that's the reinforcement the team needs to give. Sometimes, especially in arena ice, it's so fast underfoot that it's so easy to overthrow, and you can hear the shock in Jill's voice. She's like 8-8. That's pretty hard, but that's where the team, I think, has to keep saying, but it is.
That's it.
Yeah, whenever that happened to me as a player, sometimes your adrenaline, like, and it can come out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it can be a whole game where things just feel lightening. So when Jill's sitting in the hack, now she's like, okay, if that felt like the right weight, I need to feel like I'm a full weight class lighter, and then it'll be good. And you just kind of do the math in your own head, and that's how you find your way back to your feel.
Speed.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right speed, then no good. But yeah, good.
Well, this end was played very open by Nova Scotia intentionally, looking to blank here in 5, retain last rock as they will start the second half, but needs to finish this end off, looking to roll out and carry last rock through.
Yep. No.
I don't know if you want to play them.
What do you want? Clean, Aaron. Oh, good.
And successfully will do that, and so discussions will happen at the break. We'll see if it's a different Nova Scotia when we come back for 6.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
Well, one of the greats of all time, looking at her team and trying to encourage them and find a way back. You can see the confusion on Heather's face, like what is happening? Let's take a look at the numbers after 5.
And so far this game, Kathy, Nova Scotia's not struggling necessarily. They had an inadvertent roll behind a corner that offered up that deuce for Team Jones to start the game, and then a flash out of nowhere from Jill Brothers led to the 3. Big difference here, though, is Carly Burgess is playing 100%, has the edge on Heather Smith.
These numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. Now, this is her home turf, looking for a 7th win.
We always have really great games against Chris's team, and we've played them in the Scotties final, so we know that they're going to be gunning for us, and they're going to come out and play really well, which we know we have to as well.
They're obviously, one of the best teams out there right now, and going into that game, we have to play a little bit better than them. We have to learn the ice and just get that little step up and edge on them.
And this is our feature tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Carrie Anderson looked very, very strong yesterday in the win. Kristen Karawacki stepping into Brianne Harris's shoes, who was deemed ineligible to compete, against Krista McCarville, who looked very impressive. We always say she is seated so low because they don't travel, but the ability does not match the seed, that's for sure. Will be a huge matchup. There is the Olympic Park. That's where we are. It's beautiful to drive in every day and see the mountains and the ski hills. We are fortunate to be back here and back inside a building with people in it this time. The last time we were here, they were not. Wonderful conditions for the players.
Yeah, it's interesting listening to Nova Scotia out there with the line calls. They're having to figure out hand signals, and this building is wonderful, and there's lots of people, but the roof is very low, so it actually is very loud on the ice surface. You don't get to appreciate that when you're watching on TV because we can hear everything through their mics. But it's very loud out there. When you're trying to puzzle things out, it can be tough when you have to yell at each other.
Well, I'm going to start yelling at each other here because Nova Scotia hit on their first rock, 3 down with hammer, 6 then. When do you make a decision? Now it's a delayed corner, but it's one less corner guard you've got to work with.
Yeah, I love the delayed corner. I don't love it when you're down 3. And if they can get 2 in this end, they're right back in this game. But if they don't, I think they're going to run out of time.
Looks nice.
No kidding.
I think it's cruising.
tiny bit, but it should be good.
2, 3.
Okay, yeah, line's good. Just clean.
2, 3. Really nice, Aaron.
Nice weight. 15-4.
Beauty.
Okay.
Top 12.
In's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, a tight guard is usually the right play here, but you cannot leave it long enough that it's usable for the team is down 3. So if this is in the rings, that's a really good error.
Bit of room. More line than Lauren. Should be there. Got to be in the house. You want 12 foot. Got to be house.
Weight's good.
12 foot. Got to curl.
It's close.
Just top 12. Got to sit. Okay.
Sorry, Em.
Pretty good. Good.
Well, there's lots going on other sheets, and it was the last end. Danielle Inglis drawing against 3, went over the hog line, had a violation, and it removed. That's why it's a 6-point or a 6-1 difference. Clancy Grandy looking a lot like last year. That is good news. Carrie Galusha never is worried about who she plays. She plays her game. Rachel Holman's at 93%. Emma Miskew at 63%. That is not going to help. And it has been steals for Melissa Adams that has got her into trouble, and the hitting strength of Kate Cameron is really evident today.
Yeah, I think I was. Sorry. Yeah.
Now, these are new this year. We haven't had them for a couple of years, and for teams that are not used to playing with them, maybe they drifted a little bit over, but here you get caught. And so that stone is removed.
You mentioned it earlier, Kath. It's such a better sliding surface underfoot. You get to that hog line in a big hurry. It's a muscle memory game. You kick out for maybe, in that case, a 10-second hit. You've got X amount of leg drive. It's a little too much leg drive to get to that hog line. We've seen a lot of it. We watched it in Alberta, Joanne.
Yeah, lots of rocks were pulled in Alberta on the men's side, and you could see Marie in that replay of her slide. I think she was trying to fix the line of direction a little bit. Sometimes you don't come out quite on target, so you try to lean into it a little, and just took a little too long to let it go.
Oh, wait, Heather.
Just a 9.
For Danielle Inglis, she makes the draw, which is, she never misses the draw.
Yep.
It's
No, that's her strength.
It's 3-2, now it's 6-1.
And when you're playing against a team like Clancy Grandy, who is really looking comfortable, it's going to be very difficult to come back. And just mentally, you're just devastated by what's happened.
Okay, good.
That's where the delayed corner really comes back to bite you. I mean, obviously you can't predict a hogline violation and a rock being pulled, but it's a much simpler end when you do that delayed corner. So at a point when you're kind of desperate for that multiple score, this is huge trouble now for Team Nova Scotia.
Heavy. Back 4.
You could even brush this through, really. This is of no advantage to Jones if this stops in the paint.
It's fine. Good. Good. Yeah, let's do it.
Not terrible.
Yeah, let's do it. This is the same line as yours.
That was 13-4.
See, now, Russ, I'm going to argue this call for the freeze. I mean, Jill Brothers made a beautiful one in the 4th end and made it look easy, but this is not an easy shot. This has to be perfectly welded to the yellow stone at the back of the rings. If they chop off or if they're a little bit light and Jones can make a hit and stay in the rings, all of a sudden they're going to be sitting 2 and Nova Scotia's going to get forced.
He might not blank, absolutely. Yeah, strange piece of strategy here.
Yes.
Even the previous shot, there were 2 yellow Jones stones. He could have frozen the top and made it a little bit. Jones is going to hit it. She's 3 up.
Line 3. 9. We need 9.
You can go.
Got room right now.
Line's good.
Weight's good. I think it's going to
Hey,
get
we
there.
don't wait.
Aaron's.
No, we're all there right now. No, we're all there. No, just
Curl.
me.
It's Aaron's.
Just me.
It's good.
Just me.
Aaron, if anyone.
All there right now.
Just let it sit. Let it sit. Let it sit. Whoa, Aaron. Whoa.
Oops, sorry.
Nice shot.
On the nose. Feel it out.
Well, curling has a lot of tradition, and the first Sunday of the Scotties is always Sandra Schmerler Day, in which they raise money for neonatal intensive care units across the country. $70,000 being donated. These are some of the checks that are starting to come in and make a difference in so many people's lives. Their goal this year is to raise $1 million. And so tomorrow we'll be calling and asking, well, we won't be calling, but we'll be calling out to people to donate what they can to help support babies in crisis.
I think so, yeah.
Pretty
Try
low
to
risk.
tease
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it is a tradition. I know that I drove Carly to the airport to come here, and one of the things that she said as we look at a little one is that because of their schedule tomorrow, they play two games. They weren't sure if they were going to be able to answer the phones. The teams love that. It is a really important part of this event. Joe, did you ever have the opportunity to answer the phones?
Oh, yeah, and it was always wonderful. And yeah, sometimes if you're busy with the schedule, you can only stop in for 15 minutes, but it feels so nice to help contribute to a cause that, and especially with the Sandra Schmerler name, she was a hero for so many of us that it's just a wonderful part of the Scotties, and it means so much. Especially, I'm a new mom. I just had a baby 4 months ago, and going into a hospital and knowing that all the support is there to help your little one should they need that help, it means everything to us.
Well, and you're a nurse as well, so you see the other side.
Mm-hmm. There's your point earlier. The freeze is the hardest shot in curling. Little over curl here. Now Jones, if they want to, they might not, but if they want to, they can sit two, and that might not be a blank end all of a sudden.
Here's a future champion. They do start small. And this one might be just going to bed.
I think this early, Carly.
Yep, I agree.
Your team Manitoba here, it's in a nice position on the scoreboard, very comfortable, and this is what you want in your first game, the opportunity to see a lot of different lines on the ice, throw a variety of shots, get comfortable so they can learn and move on to your next game here. We'll never see a lack of intensity here from Manitoba's Jennifer Jones.
And she sees this opportunity. There's a little bit of risk here. If you underthrow this, it over curls, you jam it, but she wants to sit two here.
Big roll, big! Sit. Sit. Sit.
Good.
Well, just perfect.
Yeah.
Really good.
Here.
You want edge? Did you think I would just do it like that?
Well, it's an enjoyable game to watch, and he's sharing. We can respect that. And they got curling toques on, so kudos to the parents or the family members that brought them. This is how we expose young people to the game, and if they stop eating popcorn, they might actually decide that they want to play at some point.
I think it'll curl. I think that's good. Okay. Yeah, I like it.
We can always carve it over there.
Last chance here. Try to freeze this on or on the right-hand side as we look at it to get a redirect onto that back yellow. These are so tough.
And with that rock at the back of the house, you wonder how much extra is it going to curl at the end.
Okay, yeah.
There's lots more time to curl instead of just going to the tee line.
Okay, you gotta curl
Right off
that.
then.
You gotta curl it hard.
Got to slow down first.
I'm not on it anywhere close to it, so. Hard, 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 hard.
Hard, Aaron.
Hard, Aaron. Hard, Aaron. Hard, Aaron. Keep going, you're touching this red or yellow.
You got it.
You're good. Okay. Just make it go.
It was
I
really
like
close.
moving. Yeah. Oh, it was close. Came down.
Really close.
Yeah, I like
I mean,
that.
it's
Really
slowed
close
down.
on weight.
I know. What'd you get?
If we come back in another hour, oh, now they
I can almost
that is awesome. I want to see that when you're 16 and 14 and see if you still love your brother as much.
Go. I mean, try to nose and roll in front.
Okay. You got it. So good. Let's go, Jen.
Not that far off for Jill, just maybe like 6 inches too heavy and just
2
didn't
feet
quite
off
have the
that
line.
was probably pretty good.
Yep.
Clean. Clean. Yep. 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 Hard. Yep. Hard, guys. Hard.
Whoa, roll it. Whoa, roll it.
Good. Okay.
You can do your draw to the button nice too.
Yeah.
Sorry. fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine.
That really finished.
Well, Jill's facing 3 in this end.
Yeah, I like that.
She does have backing, but won't be thinking about that. We'll be looking for the 4-foot draw weight.
It was about a 70, 75.
And as you dial back this end, Russ, she is being forced to 1, and maybe opportunities if she was a little more aggressive earlier to generate multiple points.
And not just this end. And, you know, it's easy for me to stand up here and pick on everybody, but yeah, Jen had a half rock hit that she made beautifully a couple ends ago that there was almost a perfect freeze. It's the only difficult shot they've had to throw in 3 ends. You're never going to get back from a 3-point deficit.
Looking to stop in the 8-foot.
Nice shot. Sit. It's good, Jill. Nice little shot.
And will. And so with that single, Nova Scotia will turn over last rock to Jennifer Jones and still trails by 2. You always know where your family is. Nice to have them here to support. Well, that red stone that you see is Joanne Rizzo's final stone. She was facing 2, all of them buried, tried to freeze on the corner, was a little bit light, but does outcount that 1 yellow. So this means it is a draw for Rachel Homan for 2. Needs to navigate a port. And get to the 4-foot.
Joanne will tell you Rachel's out turn doesn't curl much. There's a guard out there. They've got to be patient here not to drag this out and crash on that wide guard.
One of those spots you got to be close on your own. If you're really light and the sweepers have to jump on it, you could totally kill the line.
Low line. Curl. Line's great. Stay close, Emma. All you, line's perfect.
Just dusting it in.
14-1. Good judge, guys.
And there is the 2. Still without hammer. Carrie Galusha is taking no prisoners. It's looking to get this stone buried, but it's just not getting that finish.
I thought you threw that well.
Yeah, I did too. I think it was
What?
It was a
What do you
ton-
guys
it was
like?
a lot more rotation than
Okay.
normal, so I thought, but I don't want to.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity there for Nova Scotia to get one buried around the center line guard. Just had to be above the T line.
First and then peel.
Okay.
I'm just
I
scared.
agree.
Board?
Yeah.
Couple choices here. You could peel with the score the way it is.
Got him.
That guard is of no value to Jennifer Jones, but this works too. You might be able to roll on top here. Really closed grip on that in turn. Kind of, I find that stops you from rolling it inside.
Whoa. 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 Yeah. Little quiet. Gotta go. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Roll it a bit. Nice shot.
Very, very nice. Not only partially buried, but you've queued up the yellow red to kill that red.
Same weight.
Or a hair less.
Wait, do we want to tap it a little bit? Or
The same way, it's pretty close. I want to be on top of it.
same, yeah.
T-line. 8. 8.
We'll have to lock a freeze on here.
7.
They really don't want to bounce off, though. If they can just be right in front, it'll narrow down the scoring area. Took less ice for this one because the last one didn't come up as much as they wanted it to, and this one just took off.
Well, just even looking at the rotation, when Emily Zacharias threw, you've got that really firm rotation, so the rocks are more predictable. It's just, I think, a little bit softer releases by Nova Scotia that have that movement.
That's a product of different surfaces that they train on. There's a lot of spots down east where you have to help it just to be able to bury a rock. And here it's the exact opposite. Jennifer's team's got such an advantage because they train on this type of surface all the time.
And they play in these big events that are on arena ice. Like, look at the rotation as she throws.
And it's not to say that it's impossible to make shots with less rotation on arena ice. I mean, having played in a number of Scotties myself, anytime we ended up playing against a team from out east, or perhaps a team that didn't play on arena ice as much and didn't use that rotation, we'd just be on different flight plans all game. And it was actually harder for our team because you couldn't get a read off of the other team's throws. So if they threw in a spot we hadn't seen, you didn't learn a ton because you didn't know how yours would run. You just end up, you can't follow where your opposition is putting the broom.
It could really influence you, couldn't it? You watch theirs take off, you overbrush yours.
Mind to keep it out there? Just back 4. Yeah. Yeah. Just back 4 weight. Okay.
Yeah, that's about the same.
Well, for Danielle Inglis, probably still smarting from going over the hog line and giving up that steal of 3. That was a very, very close game. Now has an opportunity. Lots of looks at who is second shot. For sure, she's looking for the nose hit. If she can touch the back one at all, it brings 2 into play.
Yep. Whoa. Curl. Yep.
Look at how soft the weight is.
There's your 1. Just that little graze. Well, if you touch it at all, and she did. There's 2. Fighting her way back, but still a ways to go.
9. Gotta move it, Erin.
We're pretty
Move it. Hard, Erin.
Gotta go. Get it over there. Hard.
Erin Carmody trying to carve this rock over, get it to move.
Really nice.
That's great, yeah.
I think. Good sweeping, Erin. That was a nice movement.
We get shot. You can make that double. Do you like that?
Well, there was a big edge for Kate Cameron, but It is a little bit clawing back. Melissa Adams stealing one last end. Difference of 3 now.
Thin double opportunity here
Close.
from the 100% player.
Curl, 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 curl.
She is such a good athlete as well.
Nice shot.
For a small person, she can throw a lot of weight. She is what we would call a technical player. Not as much feel, but she works so hard on her delivery and release. So if the broom is down, the odds are she's going to hit it.
Nice shot.
No space past that outside guard.
I didn't think we had it when we got by the guard because I thought it was thin.
Really, it's good they didn't jab too.
Nice sweep.
I think that's going to be the story going forward. You got Carly, you've got maybe 4 or 5 like world-class thirds, Fleury, Andrew Kelly. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, as we talk about this Jones team, who takes over skipping, or do they stay together? What do they do? Certainly by her numbers and execution, Carly's a great asset to a team. It's just where do we see her land?
She'll get a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, especially having always been a sweeper. So she's played third, but never gone in the house. And that sweeping is also a huge asset. You know, you can play any position and know that you can bring that physical ability without having to make a big adjustment.
So they tell me.
I've heard talk.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. 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 You gotta go. Hard. Roll it. Roll it. Hard.
Boy, what a game. I was going to say it's the home cooking, but it can't be.
Hey, hey, I can hear you.
She was close. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's definitely up.
It was, I had a 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
With a 10
thought up out of my hand.
You did run nice.
Okay, what do you want, 11?
So just think like chase, but we got to kill it. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
How's it look?
Do you really
Looks
have
okay
to
from here.
kill it,
10-5?
meaning knock it through the
looks nice.
rings?
Like, what do you think, 10-5?
Or do you want 10?
I mean,
think a 10.
10?
ideally,
Okay.
sure, but I think
More.
you got to get the roll here.
Yeah.
So
that's should be job number 1.
yeah, and it's tough when you can't see all of a rock. The harder you throw it, the less movement you're going to get late past that guard. So the odds of just hitting some of it rolling too far, leaving the pressure off the opponent, are pretty high.
You can even freeze in there, tap it a foot or two.
Well, even a 10 doesn't roll out of the house.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, true.
Danger time here for Nova Scotia.
Wherever you see.
So they will call a timeout. That gap is not that large.
No.
And I think there's the discussion of weight. So we'll have the opportunity to hear from Colleen Jones.
No, okay.
And a reminder, the change at this year's Scotty, only one timeout allowed per team, per game.
Yeah. I know. Do you think
The freeze port's pretty, I can see a quarter to a third.
could we ever
I heard
play?
you call it 10.5, which seems too hard on this shot.
Do you ever? Could we ever just come this way and play it?
You could.
You know what I mean? Just draw around the center guard.
You could.
Like even if you're.
Love it.
I just don't know if it'll finish hard enough. But the outturn path looks harder.
We
Like, it
don't
looks a little-
like at all Arenda?
No.
Ever?
No. I mean, listen.
Yeah, I was play here too.
You can force here or steal. You're good, right? Yes. So I even liked the freeze on your last one. Yeah, the last call.
Right.
I love that in turn freeze. But if you're going to play this, tap and roll, do not play a 10.5. I think it's too heavy for the roll.
Yeah, I think you need board probably. It's so hard to. We were just thinking we wanted to kill it, but it's not going to kill it. It's not killing it.
It's real steal time now.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
If you think you can get there.
I can't agree more from the great
does not
colleague
look good
Jones.
to me.
That's why the timeout was called. It's just the wrong speed. So if you're going to throw 10.5, you're going to come down here, roll way too far.
Yeah.
So that's job number 1 from
Play a draw
Colleen.
weight bump and it's going to be
rather play
easier.
that.
Okay.
And if it rolls a hair, Jill, like once
Yeah.
it gets by, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Try to get to know.
Yeah,
So
just
the other
play
option is
that
kind of like a
little more
heavy
like a heavy
freeze.
draw.
You know, if you bump this a little bit, fine, but try to get an angle, proper
When he
angle
goes
on the
yellow.
yellow-red combination. I know there's not a lot of room there. They were worried, again, it's a defensive thinking. They're saying, well, we got to get Team Manitoba out of the rings. It's too late for that. And that's what Colleen was, a wonderful timeout by the coach.
Thinking here, Jill?
I was thinking an 80.
I like 80.
Is there room to freeze, do you think, Joe, or just tap it a foot or two?
It's a tricky line there. I think they're playing just the heavy freeze.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's just this
A lot of good things can happen. You can tick off the top and end up buried.
80 will be decent.
Okay. You got it. Let's go.
Hack. No, that's
Little hack.
never.
Curl.
Hack.
Harbury.
Back line is coming down a bit.
Yep, you got it. Keep going.
Hard.
You're almost there.
You're moving it.
Go. Okay, that's all right.
That's okay.
That's fine, Joe. Okay.
I would categorize as fine.
Us? It's us, yeah.
Yeah, just the story of
So
the
this is
game there
lost
for
now.
Jill. Just she's just throwing it more than she's feeling.
It's a little amped up, I think.
Yep.
Understandable.
Freeze here. I think I got to do this.
That's what I see.
Who's second, Kath?
Okay, let's make it.
They said it's them. It sure looks hard to tell.
Too yellow.
Them meaning Jennifer Jones thinks that they are line 2.
Not
Right.
that much weight.
Yeah.
But still, those rocks barely moved.
Does interim port look any good to you?
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to, even if you play the draw through that port, right, to the full 4.
Let's go, Jen.
Love the tee, guys.
Yep. You got it, Jen.
What's so great about this sport. You see, Jennifer, it's not just about making the come around. It's relaying to the front end where we got to miss this. It's up to the front end here for 20 of the 24 seconds.
Mine's good.
Cannot get this behind the tee line, Joe.
Oh, but haven't seen this side of the sheet. 7th end. Is it going to be a bit slow?
I would guess so.
We're there. Just gotta sit down.
Sit.
Good, Jen. Nice.
What was that? 3-5. Yeah.
13-5, so great guessing.
Yeah.
That was
Is it
scary.
ever?
To make that educated guess, not wanting to come up a guard.
No, I
And
think this is where we were coming in wide on that draw to come
Expertly
around.
read
So
by
that
the
should take you
sweepers.
through that port there.
This is not going to look very pretty from the hack.
No kidding. And Jill's just been a wee bit deep on everything. If you do that, you're nosing this red one. It's not going to curl.
yeah, and she's going to have to be really close out of her hand. If the sweepers have to go for weight, they're going to kill the line. It takes a long time to come up here.
Yeah, I think 80 to 85. Like, I think it'll be not bad. 85.
The curl will come. It just takes some time.
It holds here a bit nicer, so.
Final stone,
9.
facing 3, trying to navigate a port and get to the 4-foot.
Straight.
Harbury, whoa!
Whoa.
8. 9.
Curl.
No!
Whoa. Curl.
Hard, Aaron! Hard,
Go.
Hard. Reach it. Whoa.
Good shot.
Okay, good.
Very, very
That is a great shot.
Nice shot. It's good, but she can pick it.
Nice throw. Nice shot.
There was not a lot of room.
a really good throw.
It's aggressive with my call there.
Yeah, nice weight call from the sweepers too. So the line call for Heather Smith, she knew that the draw was a little bit heavy, so managed it really well. This will be the toughest shot Jennifer Jones has faced all game.
Yeah, true. The pick through the hole is there, but it's not a big window. I saw Jennifer motioning the red. There's that option too.
I think for Jill, was hoping not to tap it back that far. That makes this shot so much more difficult, but you don't have a lot of room to play with in a narrow port.
It looks like it's just enough space.
Yeah. I can throw the out turn through the hole. I just don't know.
I like this. I think I like this.
I don't see anything else really, so.
No, I like it. Let's make it, Jen.
You threw the
Jen, let's
port,
make it.
you're making it for something. Now it could jam on that back yellow and maybe even take out another yellow, but scoring 2 here would be massive.
We just saw Jill come through the port. Now Jennifer with much more weight will try to pick that stone out. Potential 2 or 3.
Close. Whoa. Whoa. Curl. Hard, Lauren. You gotta go hard. You gotta go hard. You gotta go.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, but. And so that great shot through the hole by Jill Brothers brings Nova Scotia 1 point closer. Only 1 point lead now for Manitoba. Welcome back. That last end for Jill Brothers navigated that port. That led to the steal of 1. And so all of a sudden, even though it has felt like Jennifer Jones and her Manitoba squad have been on top of this Nova Scotia team, on the scoreboard, it's not that evident.
Yeah, this is where if you're Team Jones, you're suddenly feeling very much pressure to get on the board here. They'd be happy to score 1. A 2 puts them right back in the driver's seat, but despite controlling almost this entire game, they're going to have to make a few this end.
Yep. We're there. Yeah, I know.
And it's as you spoke about, it's the degree of difficulty that Jennifer's faced that has not been high. And she's not going to miss the open shots. None of the team will.
Lock one right on here.
Taking a look at the edge, Lauren Lentine, a great player, but it is Erin Carmody that is a definite plus today. Some great draw weight.
Yes, early, Jill. 7.
Heard Colleen in the timeout called by Nova Scotia last end saying, you know, I think it's steal time, right, guys? Looks like they listened. Got some rocks in play this end.
Always straight. Always straight.
hard, you guys.
Hard goals, girls.
Hard, get in here. You got it. Keep going a little bit more.
You got a good one.
This yellow one.
Almost there. Okay, roll it off. Really, really good sweep. Great sweep, you guys.
Well, it's not how you start the game, it's how you finish. And Jill Brothers in the last end really made a difference in a key shot. Russ?
Yeah, this team's played defensively the whole game, therefore not a lot of draws from the skipper. And I'm looking at this thing, not only does the weight have to be good, but she has to thread the needle or this game is over. They're down 4 or 5 points here. If this doesn't get through, just curls enough, a little bit of persuasion. Sets up probably the hardest shot Jennifer's had to play, and she couldn't execute it.
The key shot is brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together.
Like the bump. Okay. Yeah, leave ours open a bit. Yes. Touch center.
Yeah, just center line's great.
A little spring in their step now, isn't there?
410.
Momentum is huge in a sport.
Amazing.
It's tangible. You can see it.
That's where I just feel like Colleen Jones would be such an asset to this team. There's just such a nice demeanor about her, and she starts to talk, and I just smile. You know, listening to her in that timeout, just keeping things light and just remembering that there's some fun to it, and all of a sudden you start gripping it a little less tight out there, and things get a lot easier.
Colleen would phone me periodically, even a couple years ago. What do you think of this strategy? What would you do here? And, like, she's always learning, even though she's seen it all.
You guys like the nose on that?
I don't mind it. Yeah. I don't hate it.
Definitely was well worth time out there, wasn't it?
My broom is already. Hey,
Well, opposite from the first, from the lead, the edge this time goes to Manitoba second, Emily Zacharias. It is not a huge gap, but it's more than 5%, so that's a significant edge. It's been the draws for Marie that's been the challenge.
Jennifer Jones recognizing this Nova Scotia rock in the top of the 8-foot is a dangerous rock. So instead of peeling the center line guard, opting to go into the house here.
Hard, Jen. Okay.
Didn't quite get that angle right.
But I think we can kind of have to, right?
Actually, I think I like this for a little setup.
Well, after a
Relieves us
lead
something.
of 6-0 earlier, it has been more and more pressure on Kate Cameron, giving up steals in the last 2 ends, and now facing 2 in the 4-foot.
Kick it early.
Yeah, you take that steal of 4 out of play, and Kate's not winning this game. You'd be behind.
Yes. I don't mind the hard. Hard.
Oh boy, this needs to go.
Like, I think removing a couple and then setting your...
And it will not. That is a steal of 2. 8 of the 11 points in this game have been stolen. And New Brunswick is right back in.
I like
too
it.
early to play that out turn
They just have a lot in there, right? So.
Yeah, I know.
They talked about the come around, and then they talked about just hitting this wide open one. I thought they might just play the double. There's a potential jam possibly. You make the double, you sit 2, and you're controlling the front now. Looks like a nose hit. It just plays right into Team Jones again.
10-5. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. 10-2. Whoa. 10-2.
Whoa. Hard air. You got it. Get it over. You're doing it. Yep. You're doing it. Okay, nice. Nice shot.
good, yep.
That's good.
What was that, Jill?
10. Perfect. Nice shot, Heather.
And not only can you maybe hit and roll, but there's also a potential
10.
red double here.
I'm seeing the out. Do you like that?
Yep.
10. It's about a third.
10. Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
Hard!
Right to it. Hard. Right to
You
it.
gotta go.
Right
Gotta
to
go.
it.
On the roll.
Right
roll
to
it.
it.
Watch the back reds. Watch the back reds. Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Good.
Another good shot.
Yep. Even back 4 is okay.
Yeah.
Back button.
Okay.
You got it.
80?
85. 85, 90, yeah.
We talked about the challenges for Rachel Holman. Lots of pressure being applied by the Galusha team and some struggles at the second and third position in terms of percentages, but it has really turned around this end. All 4 players making excellent shots. And so for Joanne Rizzo, facing 4, needs to get by a guard and by a stone in the top of the house and get to the 4-foot in order to score. There's that first guard.
Hard, you gotta bounce it off.
Oh.
Hard. I know.
Hoping to roll enough for second, but will not. So that is a steal of 2 and an edge for Holman for the first time this game.
That took kind of hours, but.
Our sheet, Heather Smith was looking to play a come around to back 4-foot, just a little bit light.
What was that?
Ended up tapping the Manitoba stone up for shot rock.
It's a usable stone for her, but that's not where they wanted it.
Well, in the matchup at third, Carly Burgess was 100% after 5, and she's dropped a little bit in her draws, but huge numbers at this level and in this competition. That sets up Jennifer for much easier shots.
Need 4-foot, guys.
Come on, you gotta dig. Hard line. You gotta dig. Faster. Go.
It's not there. Okay.
Start watching now. That's 2 draws that have come up significantly lighter than where they needed to be. So you start to wonder, 8th end, haven't seen this side of the sheet very much. Are we seeing maybe a little bit of slowdown? It's the crowd side. It's usually warmer on that side.
Because where that yellow one is now, it's yeah. You need to make sure you're by it, and you need to have line to work with there.
Being on the outside sheets with a building capacity that is expected to be almost full, it will be interesting what the teams see and how fast it starts to react, and if Mike Merklinger is able to do anything if it does start to have an impact.
Could just be fresh there, and now third down the path will run great. This is the guessing game that you play early in these events. Jill has some space to work with. Just needs to be biting the 4-foot to be shot.
Okay, room.
All the guards are staggered too. It'd be tough to get at it.
Top 4. Aaron's rock. Curl. Just curl.
Gotta go for everything
Curl.
here.
Line's great, guys.
Keep going.
Hard. Good shot. Go. Great.
Yeah, great brushing by Marie Christensen and Erin Carmody to get that stone buried.
Thanks, Roger. Really nice, still.
It's great, guys.
Thought it was a bit of a bold move here to call the switch. They needed the brushes down to get this rock as far as possible. Just dragging it far enough. You can tell looking at the sweepers, they're saying faster. Your arms, they do burn out once you've been on a rock for that much time, and at the end, you're just mind over matter trying to keep your arms moving. Really well done.
Well, there's some fans. You recognize those wonderful yellow hats. The Sou'wester.
The easiest shot here for Jennifer, and she's realized, is this onto here, onto there. Not only that, once that yellow one right here is moved, then the red right there can be released. The yellow will no longer be there. It's a really good call here. Not the hardest shot in the world, just a little high side maybe.
Clean. Yep. Hard. You gotta go. Hard, you gotta go. Hard, you gotta go. Hard.
Wow. That gets by. She's missed by 4 or 5 inches.
Ice or release? Russ?
Jennifer threw it was a little narrow on a no-turn earlier in this game, so I want to say release, but I think she was pretty soft weight in that one.
I thought it was heavy, if anything.
Yeah, 10-6.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't the weights.
Yeah.
Don't know.
The edge is for Jennifer Jones. Controlled the first 5 for sure. Jill had a couple of blips on the screen, but that is a plus. So the back end of Team Jones out shooting the back team of Nova Scotia. That's why the edge is on the board. These player comparisons are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Straight guard, John.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of an easier shot for Jill after a few ends of trying to force the issue on hers with freezes.
The line should be okay.
Want to make sure that they don't leave Jennifer Jones that same shot.
Just clean. Yep. Hard. Hard. Good job.
It's good, yeah.
Very nice.
Really nice.
Yeah, it's not getting quirker, is it?
Really nice.
No, seem to be sweeping everything at this point.
Here.
Draw.
Or just draw. I mean, yeah. What do you guys like? Just a draw? It's for sure us, right? Yeah.
Yellow, red, yellow is there. The
I've
top
got
yellow.
this yellow too. I just tight to that guard.
Yeah.
Tough shot there
this, eh?
onto there.
Probably,
but
yeah.
the problem with that yellow is it's kind of going away from the
is never
paint.
in
So
there, eh?
you know, you'd have to be perfect speed to get shot rock.
Enough.
Straight draws there if you go wide enough.
I don't think it could
I
ever
think
get
we're
thin
always-
enough.
No. Okay. Yeah.
And
I
if you
think-
ever touch this, it's two.
Yeah, I think I like the draw. Yep. Right.
Here.
Okay, let's make it. This is close to where I've been throwing.
This is
Okay,
where
that's okay.
thousands of games on arena conditions will give Jennifer a little better chance, but it's still a guess. Talk about it slowing down in the middle a little bit. That doesn't necessarily mean it'll be slower out here.
Sometimes out wide, it's up to speed.
That was close.
So close.
Yeah.
Anyways, good shots to send. That guard was not easy.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, said it.
Yeah, no, I know. But just sometimes when you get it out there too far, it stays. But
Yeah. I
That
just knew
was
it was going to
great.
be fresh, right? It's
yeah.
Line's good.
Heavy, Carly.
Line's good. Close line, yep. Line's good. Weight's good.
T-leg.
Line's good.
Got a curl.
Looking for the
Line's
forefoot.
really good. Close line. Yep. Line only. Line's good. Line's
Got a
good.
curl. Line's
Line's
good.
good. Line's good.
Needs the forefoot. What great judgment by the brushers, and what a great throw by Jennifer Jones to take the single and a 2-point edge.
So much harder than it looked.
Oh.
Real team shot.
Well, that one, it's only a single point that pops out on the board, but what a brilliant shot by Jennifer Jones. Great judging by the brushers, especially in an area that is against the crowd, that is such a difficult spot to say the weight and to feel it with confidence. A great team shot, only worth 1 point, but what a big point.
Yeah, you missed that, and all of a sudden it's a tie ball game out of nowhere, playing 9.
Out of nowhere, that's the key. Absolutely.
Nice. Okay, good.
And on our sheet, Nova Scotia went to play a corner guard with Erin Carmody's first. Unfortunately, she had a hogline violation, so that rock was pulled.
A lot of hogline violations already. Everybody relax for a couple years. The surface here with Merklinger is so good. And it's tough. It's almost like shanking one, Kath. Not you've ever done that in golf.
Oh, no.
But once you've gone over the hog line, that very next delivery.
Yeah, you're thinking about the hog line. You're not thinking about the shot.
Carly. You can't bounce. No.
It's not bouncing.
No. Oh, tough one, Em.
Sorry, Em. Yeah. Does it look like you can get to nose? Yeah, even if you jiggle ours.
We can play like a board weight. We can play like a board weight.
Okay.
1 inch heavy on that corner freeze, and they're all apologizing to each other. It's talk about precision now.
Little up. Hack. Forward.
Okay, clean.
Forward.
Whoa. Clean.
Close.
Clean.
Yep. Aaron.
Yep. What? Who?
Yep.
Straight. Straight? Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa. Really nice.
Okay,
Marie.
good.
Great.
Too good. Long guard.
So it looks like a really nice shot, but it just rolled like 2 inches too far. And now that stagger, it's going to be really hard for Nova Scotia to get at shot rock.
Over here. I think the guard. All right. Long guard. That was top 8. Yeah. Okay.
Well, lots and lots of trouble this end for Carrie Galusha and her Northwest Territories team. And they called a timeout. Kevin Cooey came out and they elected to play a draw. That's that red stone that you see. There was a guard in front of it. Joanne Rizzo made it perfectly, and on her final stone, Rachel Holman tried the run back and just missed picking it out. And so just like that, instead of drawing against 5 as she did on her first, she's got a hogline violation, as we just talked about, and so it will be just the single.
Isn't it amazing?
Goodness. That's wild. I don't think we saw a single hogline violation in the opening draw, and today this is, I think it's 4 now we've seen.
Quick path, people just not thinking about it, and I think they'll now be overthinking about it.
Probably going to cost Ontario their game on sheet A, and this could cost Team Galusha too.
8. Yes. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
There was only one last night, and that was Saskatchewan.
That's good. Okay. Sorry.
But there's definitely been more this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like it straightened up.
And that's coming straight back. So okay.
I don't know what like.
So we've had 5 hogline violations so far, and you would expect that it will start to wane. I know that opening draw of the Alberta men's provincials, there were rocks being pulled off, and then you just start to dial it back and just have that kick speed a little lower, the release a little quicker, but that can also mess with you.
Oh, no question. Your timing's off. You might not even put enough rotation on it trying to get the thing out of your hand. There's a yellow red run back that will drag enough to get the Jones shot, but it doesn't necessarily help Team Nova Scotia's chances.
Wait's close. Just needs to
Jones
stop.
is just going to keep on the offense.
Don't touch it.
It needs distance here, but we need it to curl.
Wait's okay.
Gotta go, Lauren.
So Lauren using the knifing technique, we've really started to see this in the last couple of years. She's just trying to get this rock to curl. When you turn the broom sideways like that, it's not covering the entire running surface of the rock, so you don't see the rock travel much farther. It actually slows down a little bit more because as you knife the rock and get it over into a new path, it's moving sideways more than forwards.
We need it to curl.
So sometimes if you want it to curl but you also need distance, you would have seen Lauren use her brush head covering that full running surface. Instead, she's using it just to get that rock over. Emily went in to help and Jen goes, no, no, just one, because they just wanted it to curl.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, that's fine.
Oops, I can't touch
Better
that.
than it was,
Sorry.
Heather. Okay. That's still really good. We got both ways.
Just
4 feet more.
yeah.
Even 5.
Yes, 6.
Halfway.
Melissa Adams played a run back on her first. She got one buried stone belonging to Kate Cameron, but left one there, and that allowed Kate to go around and bury the second stone. And now this is an opportunity for Kate Cameron to get 2 back.
That's fine.
And stop the bleeding. 5 consecutive points
It's a massive
for New
shot.
Brunswick.
Yeah, you missed this. You're only 2 up without playing 9.
Sit. You're fine. 3-2. That's crazy.
And there's your 2.
I kicked slow. I'm not. Give me yellow.
That will be a relief.
I thought I gave you 6 more feet. Like that would. Whoa! 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 Whoa, Aaron! Whoa! Harmony!
Get it. That's good. Nice throw.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Really good, Heather.
Good job.
And behind the guard.
Oh, does that change things around?
Little hanger on her. Good job.
The technical term, a hanger rounder.
Hang around.
Oh, it's behind the guard too. Okay.
It's a new one.
Is there any drag on those?
Oh, we're making it all day.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't see how close they were.
So Jennifer's got to be
huge, that
careful
one came
here.
in.
You could nose that top red one and sit 3, probably 4
That never would have stayed. Like.
with hammer. This is dangerous.
Touch heavier. We got it done.
But they're
Clancy
forced.
Granite. Sorry to interrupt for 1 second. Danielle Inglis scoring in the last end, so bringing it back a little bit. Still trails by 3 to BC's Clancy Grandy.
You want to hit that double, Joe, but you can't.
Can't. It's going to drag on to shot rock.
Room.
Well, their numbers have been good against Nova Scotia teams in the past.
Full 8. Running.
These are always a bit quicker.
Got a curl. That's full 8.
And ninth end to the middle might be coming down, but the wings usually hold up.
Sit down.
Okay, Jen.
Good. I think it's stocking time. Is it shot? Just right
I don't
there?
know. It's hard
Yeah.
to tell. I think it's
Yeah.
third, but
Yeah.
pretty good. But what kind of weight you like?
Just hung on. Jennifer's still in trouble here, though.
I didn't want to run out of rings.
Action. Okay, if we nose, ours might pop out in front of theirs too.
Yeah.
Does that look in, Marie? Yeah, well, wait. A hair high side, like 8-8.
Okay. It should
9.
come straight
It
back.
always
I think,
touches, right? Yeah.
I wouldn't want to hit this
They're
on the
like that
center
far
line
apart.
side because there's a bit of separation and you might not get enough power for the second red to remove the shot rock.
You'll lose velocity because you're hitting 2 rocks, right?
Dead on with some speed should remove the shot rock.
No. Whoa. Should be fine. Clean. Close. Just trying. Here and go. Easy. Here and go. Here.
Sorry.
I was like,
Really
oh.
good, Joe. It's great.
Okay, that's good. It's still really
A lot of
nice,
red
though.
ones in there.
Yeah, thanks. Shoot. I was wondering if we played less weight. Is there anything that I think we had hit the other side? We could have done a little better because we hit it.
No, I don't think so.
Well, Nova Scotia is shot, but for Jennifer, has to be very careful.
I was hoping it wouldn't pop out so much.
I know, yeah. I
Just
threw
there
that
was enough
straight.
separation between them that it didn't pull it over as much as I'd hoped.
Let's go, Jen.
What's the call here? Join the nose? Or?
I think they're just looking for the nose. Any roll towards the outside of the screen kind of makes the double easier. You know that Nova Scotia will take a run at it.
No kidding.
Nose or even roll to the middle.
Yeah, because right
Roll
there,
underneath.
the double's still there, albeit thin.
Good, Jen. Throw good.
Yep.
Hard. Hard.
Carly,
Gotta go.
really gotta go.
Hard, gotta go.
Really gotta go.
Hard.
Hard. Big roll. Go.
Okay.
Might have gotten away with that. That was very smart for Carly Burgess to stop brushing that roll. That roll's 5 inches farther. It's a nose hit for a bundle. Still might be there.
Not bad.
But you lose the shooter for sure.
But you're right, Russ. Just intuitive experience by Carly. Nobody told her to stop, but she knew that grouping those stones any closer was not going to help.
Yep. Now it's a tough double, isn't it?
You have to take a run at it, though.
Oh, yes. You're going to lose the shooter, but I think you can get by the red one tight enough for 3.
Whatever you like, Jill.
Or do you play it the other way for 4?
Yeah, I feel like that's.
Go with your gut. Yeah. 9-5?
Yeah, 9-5.
Doesn't need to be too hard. Like I like this.
Yeah, it's slightly too thin.
Yeah, it is pretty thin, isn't it?
They're not even trying it?
Wow.
It doesn't seem to be. I think she's just playing the nose.
Oh, my goodness.
Right on the nose, she said.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're one down. Steal. The thin double would have been very difficult. You can't disagree with that.
Either double, I think, are really tough, but what an opportunity.
I think the other way you could have made it, as long as that red one's out of the way.
9. Little heavy.
Whoa.
9.
I don't really want to clean it.
Whoa. Curl. Can we go thin?
Plan
Final
B.
stone.
Plan B.
Elected to not play the double, wants to be within 1, and that's exactly where she will be as we'll head to 10. But that all-important last rock will be in the hands of Jennifer Jones and Team Manitoba.
You would have gone for that, right, Jen?
Well, as expected in this pool and all games that we will watch this week, there will be lots of battles. And we talked about the front teams, but those other group, you talked about the pool of possibilities, Joe, and the point that any of those teams can push top-ranked teams at any point, and we're seeing that in spades today. View on the last shot. Should Jill have gone hard for the double, Rusty?
Yeah, absolutely. When she ended up hitting dead on through a perfect rock, but it looked like it got by the guard by about 5 inches. If it gets by the guard by about 2 inches, she makes that double and scores 3.
Okay, that's good.
Pretty good.
Good.
Well, there's a couple catchers.
Good call on speed.
4. Yeah. 405. 4 is good. Yep.
You can look at it the other way too, that it was game if you miss it.
2, 3.
And now they're only 1 down, but 1 down without Jennifer Jones. I think I tried the double and 9.
We're just all there.
Yeah, just don't want to.
Stay close.
Yeah, we need these high because.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
On our sheet, Lauren Lenentine made a nice tick because the guard was not on the center line, so she's allowed to move it.
All right, let's go. Good. I don't care which turn.
And we have our first final this afternoon. It has been just a seesaw battle after going up 6-0. Gave up 5 points in a row and won by 5. 10 of the 15 points in this game were stolen.
Clean. Just clean.
There's a little bit of an in-out motion there. You can see it on the line.
No.
That's the way most top players do throw it, though.
Sorry.
Sorry. I think a little higher. Well, they got rid of theirs, so whatever. In around there.
Nova Scotia just talking about their guard depth. They're looking to have it a little bit higher so that the peel just forces Jones to think a bit. And if there'd be a potential for maybe that rock crashing on a side rock and rolling into the middle.
Yep.
They put it really tight to the rings. It makes life easy for Manitoba.
Hard, guys.
Yeah, all you got.
Keep going. Line's good. Keep going. Get it 2. Get it 2. You got a good one. Go, go, go.
Sorry.
All you got. Keep going.
Nice throw, Marie.
That's good.
Well, this end has been all Rachel Homan. In the second half of the game, the first there was some stuttering through the order, not so for Rachel, but in this second half it has been very, very different. Team came out to play and is already lying a bundle. This is a draw for 4. I always talk about Rachel's up-weight hitting ability. She is 93% on her draw weight. And if she's got draw weight and hit weight going, the field needs to look out.
Gotta go. Hard. Gotta go.
Boy.
And just as we say that, she comes that little bit short, but that is 3.
I don't think it was operator error there either. Nobody was worried about the speed. It just came off quicker than they expected.
Do you want a shaking? A hair tight.
We're down 4.
So 9-5, you hear the Volusia team trying to decide, do we continue to play?
Over here, guys.
We're going to get 4, but we can try if you want to. Just got to get 2 corners up and...
Yeah, a little bit there.
You want to keep going?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always say never quit when you're down 4, but we are playing Team Homan.
Well, let's listen to you.
And while they discuss, we'll keep you posted.
I think in this situation, the first game at the Scotties, yeah, you're down 4. The odds of getting 4 and tying it up probably pretty low, but you do get the opportunity to throw a few rocks in the 10th end. Did this draw come down at all? What can we learn moving forward? We've got 7 more round robin games to play. I'm not surprised that they want to play this 10th end.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at Rachel's last shot. It fooled her, so you know, might as well get a bit of a read on it.
Or do you want to go here or something?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Or around.
Make her throw around on hers. Try and make her face 2.
Yeah.
Where do we go now? Okay, well,
What's your gut?
let's just overcurl this guard and then we'll go around on Jill's.
You got it.
We're going to move the guard around here a little bit. Try to get Team Jones to look at a different path.
A lot less. 1. Okay, line straight.
Don't want to I want to set up a double here, though.
It's moving okay. It's moving okay.
Or do you tempt them into play the double?
Yeah,
you might get a jam.
get an error,
Could
yeah.
roll towards the center line.
It's not there.
You're grasping a little bit right now for Team Nova Scotia.
That's right.
Yeah, take it, guys.
Yeah, Jennifer's not too worried about that yellow guard.
Same throw. Let's go.
Yeah.
And another finalist, Clancy Grandy, will take the victory 9-4 over Danielle Inglis. And for Danielle, it was a draw against 3 and 5 that the stone was removed for a hog line violation that really swung the momentum in that game.
Hard.
You're good. You're good. Good. Nice.
Right out. Is that enough ice or too much ice?
It's gonna go around. Maybe she peels. We sit 2.
I think a good one, and she should peel. So.
Yeah. What do we want to see? 80?
Yeah, I think that's perfect, Jill. It'll go a bit across this line. Yeah.
Yeah, it will finish hard.
The strategy's changed over the years. A lot of teams used to throw another guard, but with the rocks being as good as they are, the surfaces being as good as they are, the peels are almost always made. So this is the strategy. Go around here. If Jennifer peels, you split the rings, and Jennifer's drawing or hitting against 2.
Okay, you got room right now, but it should move.
Aaron's
rock.
rock.
Lots of room. Aaron's rock always.
It's heavy. It's a little hot. It's got to move big.
Okay, it's got to move. It's coming
Get in there,
now.
go,
It's coming
Aaron.
now.
Yep,
Yep.
go,
Get
go,
it over
go.
there. Get it over there. Go.
Get it over there.
Yep.
Back hose is fine.
Yep.
Keep
Go.
going.
Go.
Keep going. Hard. Nice shot.
Good, guys.
It's pretty good.
You?
It's good
Nice
shot.
throw, Jill.
Yeah.
Pack.
Yeah, I like it.
What was that?
I had a 72, but
Pretty good attempt, just shade less ice.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Good guess on weight.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a really precise freeze.
Yeah,
And it
almost
did.
got fully buried.
All that movement, no, at the end, Joe, I agree. Like, it was taking a long time when it went by the guard. It was way out there, but it does finish hard.
What'd you get on hers? I missed it.
14.
Okay, so it's not bad here?
So, it looked like she threw it a little harder, but I think it's close.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jen, make it.
What makes this great player so good is what you just heard. What did they throw? What was the speed? She has to know the speed. If she doesn't know the speed, she doesn't know how much ice to take here, or where the break's going to happen, how hard to throw it. 14 means it's still close to game time speed, so she's not going to overthrow this.
clean.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Good.
Late movement on draws. Will a little more weight move too?
Whoa. Lauren. Hard.
Roll it. Roll it.
Good.
Really good.
Taking out.
Nice toss.
Yeah.
Good throw. Really good,
feed.
Jen. What's the call? Freeze?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same weight. That was T-line. How's that?
Well, look at the game story today. That precision by Jennifer Jones really made a big difference in H. She was very aggressive the entire game, and we had definitely have talked about the ninth end. If the opportunity presented itself for 3, Jill did not want to do that. She wanted to take the 1, and that has been the difference in the game, as has been the difference at the 3rd position. Some wonderful numbers by Carly Burgess. And this game story is brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue.
7, 8.
Line should be good.
You think?
Right now it
This is where it could slow down on them a little bit.
Stay close.
Hard, Aaron.
Good curl.
Hard. Getting better. Go,
It's
go,
gonna
go.
die if
Go,
you're
go,
not
go.
careful.
Hard. Line's free. Go.
It's good. Good job, guys. Nice shot.
Heck of an effort there. Thought it was a little bit heavy, so they went to carve it, and then instantly that rock, as it started to come in the slide path, started to slow down.
Just into that center.
I tried. Oh, Jill, it's almost perfect. Really good.
Well, and for Jennifer Jones with that 1-point edge, needs to make it go away.
Yeah, Jen,
And
let's
even
go.
if she loses the back one and rolls a shooter out, it does not matter.
Good.
It'll be interesting for Heather at the end of this game when they talk about it, if they talk about the strategy and did we go aggressive enough and what do we have to do to win out here, and if it's a change of tactics or if they will stay with their game plan. Final stone.
Yep. Clean. Yep. Yep.
Really gotta go.
Yep. Gotta go. Hard.
Gotta go.
Hard. Hard. Clean. Clean.
And no mistake, makes it go away, and she will add one more to her tally. Kids, Dad, they're all happy with it. Make the final 7-5. Jennifer Jones opens that in an event that we wondered about the emotion. It is her last Scotties. Good way to start. So all that discussion from Northwest Territories about do we go? You heard Joanne Rizzo say all we need to do is get 2 guards up, and there is all kinds of possibilities. Well, they have 2 buried around it, and so Rachel Holman will peel that to create an opportunity to make the double.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Gotta go.
Really hard.
Tracy Fleury, so often with the Northern Ontario colors, has made the move to Team Holman. I'm sure there's a lot of Northern Ontario fans that just pull the moose horn automatically when they see Tracy. But this is her new home with that Holman team.
Well, they've got 2 buried. How do you get 3 buried?
No choice but to guard this red situation in the house, or routine double available.
Yeah. 3.
Okay, line's pretty good.
Gotta come way over.
Yeah, go Joe a bit.
Hard, Joe. 3. Yep.
Line's good.
Yep.
And this is the last year that we will see this Galusha team as it exists right now. Joanne wanting to step back from the game. Sarah Colton is interning. She's in her final year and is going to become a doctor, and that is a big job.
Or even a freeze.
But then she just said something one.
Yeah. Straight feel? Yeah.
Really smart call here again. You could end the game by running this back, but if you ever stuff it, leave a guard, they sink a 3rd one. The only way you lose this game is to not play this shot. Just peel this out. You'll have a wide open hit to win.
Some big numbers for Rachel.
Perfect.
It moved. The draft caught it on the way by.
Good job, Jen. Yep. We're talking about the hit and roll here. Sorry.
Does the trick?
It does, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Control.
Okay, sounds good, Joe. Control weight. Okay, take your time. You got it.
Now for Joanne Rizzo and her team, they're going to need a miss by Rachel Holman.
Yep.
Even with this shot that is the opportunity to lie 3, but she does need 4 to tie. Just hoping to roll.
It's a bit down. 10.
Control. I think she said it was down. She said it was down as a 10.
Okay.
I think did we call it?
Never know which turn Rachel's throwing. Because that's
puts it in the middle of the rock.
Little positive out, and in this case she won't be light. It'll just run just about right where she threw it.
Keep it pretty close to where you throw it. There won't be any fall here.
Well, amidst the stories of Carrie Enerson looking for another consecutive victory and Jennifer Jones' retirement, there has also been a lot of talk about this Rachel Holman team that has been so dominant in curling this year. An opportunity to start her Scotties with a victory. And she has done just that. Add 1 more point to the tally and a 10-5 final. think for Carrie Galusha and her team, they're going to be pretty happy with their first 5. It was the second 5. That it wasn't even that they stopped playing well. It's just that Rachel Holman's team caught fire. Well, tonight we have a big game. They're all big, but Carrie Anderson, reigning Team Canada, Krista McCarville, former finalist and always a contender. That will be at 8 Eastern tonight, 5 Pacific, right here on TSN. Well, Rachel Holman, what a year it has been, an opportunity to sign some signs for fans.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.